Hello everyone, my name is Aakash. I'm a product manager currently working in Pittsburgh on a product which brings AI to waste management and improves recycling. I'm here to talk about some products that we all use.
I'm Steve. I'm a UX designer, also currently based in Pittsburgh. Aakash and I met at CMU. We were students together, and we found that we're both very passionate about a lot of products we use on a daily basis. We both have expertise in kind of different domains when it comes to products, and so we kind of want to take this time to kind of analyze some current product make decisions that are out there from a product standpoint, from a user experience standpoint, share that with the rest of you guys out there. So I hope you guys take something from us.
Right. So let's get started.
Yeah.
So I think it makes sense today to talk about Twitter.
Okay. What are we talking about? What about Twitter?
I mean, I like Twitter. Well, that's the app on my screen time limits where I don't like to show how much I've used. So Twitter is one of the apps that I frequently use.
Okay. What about Twitter? Is what's going on with Twitter now?
As a product manager, I feel Twitter is a great product. I think they have kept their features in a very minimal set while still providing the best user experience out there. Unlike Facebook, which loaded hidden kind of like features under every button, Twitter has still kept it very lean, very minimal. I love that about that product. But have you used their new design?
No. Well, I'm not on enough to notice there was a new design. So what'd you notice?
So I hope you guys know on the new design on Twitter, they have this new tweet button. Okay. It used to be on the top right-hand corner,
right,
but now it's actually below the bottom, navigation bar, and it sits right on top of content, and it's a floating button. I'll show you right here that how the button looks, and this is interesting because this hides content. I feel like I actually want to be part of the meeting where this decision was taken, where this button was approved.
Sure.
Jack Dorsey did clarify, just to be fair, in one of his tweets that the top upper right corner that you see on your screen right now is the place where there's going to be a button where they'll give you the option to toggle between the chronological and algo-based timeline.
So was that why you think they moved the compose tweet button down to the bottom there?
Yes.
Okay.
It's not even like that's a given fact, but look at this. I cannot wrap my head around this. What do you think about this design, Steve?
The concept of the floating button, it's not something that's new per se. It's part of Google's material design framework, their design language, and a lot of different apps and mobile interfaces, web interfaces conform to that today. It's a very popular design standard. I can definitely empathize with you in the sense that if it does hide, if we actually take a look at your phone here, it does hide parts of the picture, it looks like it even hides parts of the share button there,
right,
as well.
And sometimes I think about there was probably a decision made that you see the 4 icons at the bottom, and this is also the part where I actually give kudos to Twitter for maintaining a very uniform user interaction that they have. So they did not actually crowd this navigation bar.
Sure.
They used this button, it's a giant floating button. So I do think that they want to incentivize users to tweet more. They want you to hit that new tweet button and tweet rather than just being a passive user on Twitter where you our president's tweet or follow other news.
Sure. I can totally understand that. How would you, just out of curiosity, how would you describe your Twitter usage? How often are you on it a day? What all are you doing? Describe your activity.
So I engage mostly in tech banter. So I would say my Twitter experience is less of just scroll, endlessly, but also engage with these people and respond if, we are engaging, let's say, on a discussion about whether LinkedIn is a good product or, some other tech startup news, then I engage with them.
Sure. Okay. Let's do a quick experiment then.
My favorite part. Let's do it.
Big tenet of user research, right, or research on humans is actually watching them use the products that they use a lot. So we can learn a lot. I just want to kind of watch you. We have Twitter up right now. Throw this up on the screen, but we have Twitter up, and I just want to kind of watch. Just take about 30 seconds to a minute right now.
Can I hold it in my hand?
Yeah, you can hold it in your hand. Just want to watch you kind of do what you do on Twitter.
So let's see. I have never, by the way, Steve, I feel very special right now. Thank you. I've never used Twitter while being recorded on the camera. This feels very
First
nice.
time for everything. We'd like to actually, as part of this exercise, what we like to do from user experience research, narrate yourself, kind of think out loud while you're doing these things, kind of like a stream of consciousness kind of process.
You want me to say it out loud? All right. So let's say for this tweet, so this has been news yesterday a lot. Titania McGrath was suspended for Twitter, but she was brought back. Let's see there. I was just talking about Andrew Chen. I highly recommend following him. So this is really good. Yeah, this new deck that I followed that Andrew posted, it's amazing. And if you see, there's a lot of content in there that you want to read. This is a great thread. Well, I'll read it the next time. I've already put it in my Lambda School, one of my favorite things to read about. Lambda School, by the way, guys, provides software dev coaching without charging you a single penny. Look them up. I want to give them a shout out. Yeah, Andrew Chen's slide deck is all over the tech space. Morgan Stanley wins the bidding war against Goldman Sachs. That I did not know. Interesting. TechCrunch. Wow, this is new news.
All right, I'm going to stop you.
Sure.
Real quick. And normally we definitely like to do this for a little bit longer. And also this is just one test case, but I'd like to tell you something about what you just did. So everything you were saying, kind of reading out the tweets you were looking at or you were swiping, you're all focused up in this, like, I would say from top half of the screen, maybe like up to about here on your screen. But that's like where your eyes are focused, where you're looking. That's where you're focusing your attention as far as the content goes. And you're just holding your phone normally, right? You're holding it just like this. We're just holding it in our hand just like this and scrolling with our thumb. Really what I'm getting at is that just because this button moved to the designers of Twitter, move that floating button to the bottom of the screen, right? Obviously, one of the reasons definitely was, like you mentioned, to drive people to hit that because they want to generate more content for Twitter. Also, the decision to make that wasn't as big of a hider of content as most people might like to appear. Because yeah, it does hide content at the bottom, but how often are you actually looking at that content? Right? If your attention's focused in the top half of the screen, it's really not hiding anything that you're looking at. And whenever you want to see something at the bottom of the screen, your instinct as someone who's been using these kinds of interfaces for a long time is to push that content up to the top of your screen. Granted, very much one test case, right? Designers of Twitter analyzed a lot of different test cases, analyzed a lot of different users, how they use the app. But there's also this concept of reachability when it comes to as our phones are getting bigger and bigger and like phone tablet kind of interfaces, right? They're getting bigger and bigger, and the area in which you're able to like reach with like out a lot of effort. As far as iPhones, there's heat maps. We'll throw one on the screen here at this point, but there's heat maps to show like where's content that's easy to reach whenever you're holding it.
That I definitely agree.
Where's things that are more difficult to reach? Where should you not put important content on the screen? Where can we put this so that it's easily reachable, but not hiding important content that our users are looking at? Might have found a right balance there by putting it right in the bottom right-hand corner.
I think that makes sense. I think that makes total sense because most of the apps that I use frequently are towards the bottom of the screen, specifically because I have this like gigantic, phone. So I do like to have those apps in my reach. I do have accessibility turned on also, which can bring the top of the screen, towards the bottom in iOS. But I think that makes a good point. And I also agree to the fact that whoever the product manager was who made this decision to incentivize user to tweet more by putting this button, I would love to see that data. Actually, I'm so curious to see that data. Like, did they see an increase in accounts which were only tweeting once a month to once a week or like once a day? And I think that is where the data would provide the answer.
Sure. Thanks everyone for tuning in. We really enjoyed making this video for you. We hope you enjoyed it as well. If you have any feedback, we'd really appreciate it if you left some in the comments below.
We would also love to hear if you have any app ideas that you would like for us to discuss on the next few episodes. We'd love to hear from you. Appreciate you tuning in. Thank you. Bye-bye.